Okay, hello everyone. I've got Terrie Williams with me today. Now, Terrie's going to tell you all about herself anyway, but I've known Terrie for probably around 15 odd years, I would imagine. Is it that long, Terrie?
It's got to be that long, Gary.
It
Certainly
must
a
be.
long while, that's for sure.
So I'm really pleased that you've joined me today, Terrie, and tell me a little bit about your company, what you're up to, and why you're a little bit different to the others.
Okay, well, thanks for having me first, Gary. It's always lovely to speak to you. My company, I am a transition and action plan coach. I'm different because I'm different. Everyone's individual, and you've only got one of me. But also, I try and get my clients to think outside the box and to come up with their own plan, really, that come up with their own answers and it empowers them and motivates them to move forward. And that's really what I'm all about. I'm all about getting them empowered and using their own initiative, really, finding the answer within.
And is there a certain group of people that you're working with, Terrie, or can it be literally anyone?
Well, it's mainly women over the age of 45, mainly because I identify with them. I'm over 45. And the reason I've gone for transition and action planning is because I've been through so many transitions in my life and changes that I feel, I'm qualified to talk about that because I've been there. And I always make action plans and follow the steps to make sure I get to where I want to be. So, that's my niche, trying to, come up with a good plan, steps to take to get to where you want to be.
Excellent. I mean, you mentioned there change. You've been through loads of changes and what have you in your life, organisational changes. I think that probably resonates with so many people out there. And change is only going to get sort of more constant, isn't it?
It's the only thing we can guarantee in life, Gary, isn't it?
Mm.
Everything changes, nothing ever stays the same. So for me, if you can deal with those changes and you're adaptable, then life's going to be a lot easier.
Yes.
Look forward to them, make them something exciting rather than something that's going to be a bad thing.
Do you think it's fair to say that, and I've got a view on this, so I'm interested in your view. Do you think it's fair to say that we are programmed not to want change?
I think so. I think most people resist it. I think they do resist it because it's your comfort zone, isn't it? You're safe. You're staying safe while you know what's around you. And it's once you break out of that you start getting scared. But once you push past that fear, everything changes, doesn't it? And I don't know about for you, but once I've got past the hurdles, things have been good on the other side. It's very rare that they go bad. If it's usually a better side once you get through it.
I think it's that fear factor.
Yes, 100%.
We are comfortable with what we know, and something certainly I've done on training courses for many years. In terms of getting people out their comfort zones, is to say take a massive step. Most people, if you tell them to take a massive step, will sort of tiptoe out of the comfort zone. And I right up there, I said, this is where the magic happens. But you can never discover that magic until you actually jump out of the comfort zone.
100%. And I think if you start rationalising it and you break it down, chunk it down, it doesn't seem as bad. It's just a little bit of confidence, isn't it, to just take that step. And once you get there, life's usually pretty good on the other side.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Brilliant. Now, obviously, we're in the middle of the pandemic. Today's date, I don't know, 20th is it? I think it might be. It's the 20th of May. We've been in lockdown over in the UK, and I know you sort of spread your time between the UK and Spain, but obviously you're based in Spain at the moment. Is it 8 or 9 weeks, something like that, with COVID-19?
Do you know what? I don't know how many weeks it is, Gary, but I know it was the 13th of March I got here and it went down into lockdown straight away.
Right. Well, there you go. So that's got to be a quick maths lesson. That's got to be getting on for 10 weeks, I would have thought. How do you think your industry, so coaching, counselling, etc., is going to react longer term?
I think this could be, this sounds awful because it's not about making money, it's about helping people. But I think this could be a boom for our industry because people are going to need it. I personally think that this lockdown is going to cause a lot of mental health problems. you know, people are stuck in their own homes. It's going to cause anxiety, depression. They're worried about their jobs. So for people like us, it helps if we can build their confidence and they've got somebody to talk to that's independent and neutral. It's got to be a good thing for them and us. You know, I actually think it's going to be, we're going to be needed.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there. And I think, and people find me quite weird when I say this, that I believe there are so many opportunities, not just for people like us that are doing training and adjusting people's mindsets, but I actually think there will be loads and loads of opportunities. Yeah, we're going to go through some bad stuff, but sort of in the meantime, and by saying that, I'm not getting away from the fact of how many people have died as a result of or with COVID-19.
And people are worried about their jobs and everything else. But I'm with you. I actually think this is a perfect opportunity to actually change the way things are and learn and grow. Like, there's so many opportunities out there. If people just want to think outside that box just for a little minute, you know, there's so much they could do. So much choice out there. And it is about choice, really, at the end of the day, Gary, isn't it? You know, it's what you choose to do, how you choose to wake up and take your day on. You know, it's all about you, really.
Well, I mean, I know this, Terrie, and you know this. And as I say to people so often, everyone has a choice, but not everyone sees that choice, do they?
But then I think that's where our job comes in. And we can help encourage people to see it from a different perspective, because it is all about perspective as well, isn't it? It's how you choose to see things and see the world. And if we can just help people just change their perspective slightly, the world's their oyster. They can do whatever they want to do. I'm a great believer in, if you've got the right mindset, you can actually achieve anything you want to achieve. You know, it's doable.
Fantastic. And in terms of the lockdown, obviously the lockdown in Spain has been certainly more severe than it was or still is in the UK. Have you had to change how you operate during that lockdown period?
Yes and no. I mean, really, I'm pretty lucky. I haven't really had a need to go very far from my home. But if I go shopping, yes, we have to wear masks, we have to wear gloves, we have to do the distancing. They're quite strict. I think, actually, as of today, I think they've brought in a law that you've got to wear masks. I mean, somebody told me that yesterday. Whether that's 100% true, I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
But yeah, they're very strict about it, which I totally agree with. You know, but it hasn't really affected my life that much, because I've been in my little bubble, actually, and I've quite enjoyed it, which I know is, you know, for some people it's been really, really difficult and they have lost lives and stuff like that. But for me, it's been quite a nice time to chill down and do other stuff. Yeah.
I mean, as I said earlier, I've taken this as a huge opportunity. I've got loads of stuff that I've got done that I wouldn't have generally got done. Probably, I mean, last week, coming up to a week ago today, golf courses opened. And as you know, I do enjoy my golf. Yes. But the 8 weeks that it wasn't open, it was incredible, the amount of work I got done. So I'm now in the process of sort of saying, limiting my golf to say, okay, I still need to do this. Let's get that done. But do you know what? It still makes you, when you go out there, appreciate it. And certainly in the UK, the weather is phenomenal at the moment. Now, that's great for me. I've got a nice garden, and I do pity these people that are in flats, maybe in central London. I get that, but we can still go out. And again, it's what happens up here between sort of your ears.
I mean, even just a 10, 15-minute walk is going to make you feel so much better. And I still think people should be, I mean, everyone's to their own, but for me, I think you should still get up and have a routine. Don't watch the news, but get up, get dressed, do stuff, plan your day.
Yeah.
It's routine that keeps you going, isn't it? The more you don't have a routine and you sit back, the more depressed and anxious you're going to start getting. So
yes.
For me, it was about, I still get up, I do my same routines, I get dressed, you know, I do all the things I would have done without the lockdown. But like you say, I'm actually getting a lot more done because I'm really so busy that this slowed down period has given me much more time to do things that I've wanted to do for a long while. So that's good.
Absolutely good. So tell me, Terrie, your drivers, what makes you get up in the morning? And I saw your post this morning that normally you're up at 5 o'clock, but this morning you got up at 7, or you normally get up at 7 now during lockdown. So your routines changed somewhat. But what makes you get up in the morning and want to do all this help for other people?
I'm drawn to it, Gary. I've always been drawn to it my whole life. If someone's got a problem, as soon as I talk to them, my brain is ticking over. What can I do to help? What can I do to help? So I actually feel it is my purpose and my passion, because I've always, all my life, been drawn to helping people. And for me, it's not like work. It's fun. And the satisfaction you get when a client achieves their results is phenomenal, really. And it's not for you, it's for them. You're so excited for them that you can't beat that feeling. So, you know, it's all about the clients, isn't it? You know, what changing lives is amazing. And we can change lives, you know, so it is really...
We certainly can. And people turn around to me, and I'm probably got the philosophy that you have, Terrie, that I don't think I've worked properly for years and years. And when I say that, it's because I've really enjoyed work. And we've sort of been programmed in life that, oh, you go to school, you go to college, university, or whatever you do, then you go and get a job, make sure it's a good job because it's only for life, and then you retire, and I always end on the end, and then you die. But because as sure as anything, it's going to happen to all of us one day. And my philosophy is, let's have a good time along the way. So all the work, etc., that I've done, it's never really felt like work. And I've just gone out and enjoyed myself. And you're absolutely right. If you can help someone, the buzz, the feeling that you get back from that drives certainly me, and it sounds like it drives you on as well.
I almost feel in some ways it's quite selfish, because once they achieve their goals, I am so excited for them. It's not for me, but that feeling of excitement for them is amazing. It really is. And that is one of the drivers. But I actually drawn, and I think you do know your purpose. If you're self-aware, you start to know your purpose because you feel what you're drawn to, don't you? I mean, for me, instinctively, I do get a lot of people come up and just talk to me generally, but as soon as they talk to me, my brain is ticking over. What can I do? Right, I can do this, 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 and this. So I know that's my purpose because that's what I'm drawn to naturally.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
So tell me about, since you've had this new organisation, and it is relatively new for you, isn't it?
Yes.
Tell me about your proudest or your biggest success so far.
I've had a couple really, but I had, funnily enough, a young man, and he wasn't in my general niche, but he came from a very hard background, very chaotic, very traumatic, and was very low. We managed to get him to take some courses. He became Builder of the Year. Won quite a lot of money for it, and he's gone on. He's built his life up. He's got his own flat now. He's really built his life up, and I'm so pleased for him. And it was all just talking and through changing his mindset. He achieved what he achieved. So yeah, it was amazing.
Superb. And again, go back to what you said a couple of minutes ago. That just makes you feel on top of the world, doesn't it?
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah, I can't even describe how good it makes me feel. And you don't think of yourself, you're thinking of them the whole time. You're thinking, wow, that's amazing, you've got it, you've done it. You know, so, you know, I can't even describe how good that feeling is.
Fantastic, superb. So wrapping up today, Terrie, what one thing do you wish we had more of in the world? If you could go down to Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Morrison's, or whatever the equivalent is in Spain, and go and buy bagfuls of this and give it out to people, what would it be?
It would have to be kindness, Gary. It would have to be, because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I love people anyway. People are my thing. And just walking up to somebody and saying good morning, it makes such a difference. You know, I just like that interaction and that kindness. Just smile and give someone a compliment can make their whole day completely change. So for me, it would have to be kindness. Superb,
superb. Thanks, Terrie. And I didn't plan this question, but I'm going to put this question in anyway, because it is, of course, certainly in the UK, and it should be worldwide, Mental Health Awareness Week.
Yes.
If you could give one bit of advice, so you've bought your kindness from the supermarket that you're going to give out, you can give one bit of advice to people that are perhaps going through a rough time at the moment, worry, anxiety, mental health issues because of or aligned to COVID-19, what would it be?
It would nothing lasts forever. This is just a moment in time, and everything changes. And this will change, and things will get better. If you stay positive, things will get better and brighter, and it will be so much easier to get through if you keep thinking there's light at the end of that tunnel. So that's got to be my message.
Superb. Well, Terrie, I'm going to close this now. Stay on the line because I'm going to have a quick chat with you afterwards. But for now, if you could also send me some of the links, and then when I publish this, so the good people that are listening and watch this, if you feel you want to get in contact with Terrie, and why wouldn't you? Or you may have a friend or colleague that would benefit from Terrie's services, then I'll put all the links, etc., below. So stay on the line, Terrie. I'm just going to end recording. So for everyone else, thanks very much for watching.
And thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Thanks, Terrie.